Everybody wave hi. This is the second episode of the Behind the Showdown slash Behind the Classic podcast here. We've got a new member with us today. Not really new to us, but new to people who will be watching. This is Will. Will, why don't you introduce yourself a bit?
Hi, I'm Will. I like the Miami Dolphins and I guess the Arizona Cardinals and the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Did you mean the
That's
Arizona
it.
Diamondbacks, the Arizona Cardinals? Because
I
if you're a closeted Cardinals fan, then
I like
Uh,
them because they're bad.
we're kicking you out of the
I
call.
I
was going to
like
say
them
for
because
you. I'm sorry.
I like them because they're bad and they're like my guilty pleasure team.
It's like eating ice cream at midnight kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like eating ice cream at midnight kind of thing. I don't actually support it, but I do it sometimes.
Well, doctors advise against both, so I mean, I guess that is a good analogy.
Well,
If
there's a
you're
reason
if
why
you're a
they're doing
Cardinals fan,
so.
by the way, please see your physician. You need help.
I like your guys'
Um,
running back.
well, and then so Will, what's your sports experience? Like, what sports have you played?
Oh, shucks. From the top, a little bit of everything. Soccer, baseball, basketball, football, track and field. Is that it? Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
I have no idea. I mean, I think so. So, here's what. We are all in a fantasy football and baseball league together, and for the first time, because last week we talked about our running backs and all that stuff. Today we're just going to talk about our fantasy league because we're going to give some context, so that way in the future we can just talk about this stuff and not have to worry about giving any background notice or anything whatsoever. But today, Hunter wanted to give a little rant about a player that he personally doesn't like because Hunter hates successful people. Um, so here's what we're gonna do. Here are our fantasy baseball teams here in the background, and we are gonna let Hunter do his thing. So Hunter, what is the player that you have? What is your player that you have such a big issue with this week?
Well, it's mostly just this week because I have a couple of players that I like despise, but right now it's Jose Siri. He's a little bitch. Um,
So give some context.
he
What team does he play for?
he plays on the Tampa Bay Rays. Uh, he his favorite move is to whine about every single called strike, no matter where it is in the zone. He literally got ejected for crying about a called strike that was in the zone and then drew a line where he thought it was when it actually wasn't there and then got and was tossed. And I'm sitting here watching the game like why are you crying? Like you go into the tunnel, go watch the replay and go watch how you just struck out. Good for you, fuck off. Hate it. Hate it.
Now,
Hunter got
so
a win this week. Holy
yeah,
shit.
I was gonna say they beat your Baltimore Orioles. Also, I just figured we should. So when you're considering Hunter's judgment, I just really quickly wanted to point out that Corbin Carroll is currently sitting here with a starting slot. Okay, I don't know why I have to log in now. Maybe Hunter, did you just do that so I can't roast you just now?
Yes, I did.
Hey,
Okay,
AJ, don't let these people hack your account, AJ.
No,
can you see
nobody.
the password?
Everyone wants into your
Yes,
Yeah.
Zoom
I can
account.
see it. I'm kidding.
No.
Oops, looks like something went wrong.
Yeah,
God dang
you're out
it.
too.
He's got viruses now.
Yeah,
Holy
shut
shit.
up. Corbin Carroll. So I just wanted to while Hunter talks
Oh
more, I just
no.
want it to be it needs to be on the record. His batting average is about you know what? I mean, I don't remember what Hunter's batting average was when we
Plummeting
played,
below the
but I think
Mendoza
Hunter's
line.
was Hunter, would you say yours was right around 197? Or would you say yours was more like
What do
point oh
you mean?
five?
I never hit under 300.
Mm,
Hey, AJ, he's plummeting below the Mendoza line. That's where Corbin Carroll's going.
Mendoza.
And into the abyss, like Frank the Tank would
It's
say.
just frustrating because I know he can do better than how he's doing. And the last 7 days he's doing better, but overall I expected a lot higher of an output from him. Which is why
He
it took
has
him
218 at bats and he's batting 194. How?
exactly.
This
Well,
is
so
He's literally the unanimous NL MVP or NL Rookie of the Year last year.
yeah.
Like
He
had,
could hit 30 home. Like they thought he was gonna hit 30.
like I said, he could have a 30-30 season, but he's just not. He changed something in his swing, and if you watch 2024 versus 2023, his back foot is leaving the ground when he's making his swing instead
Yeah.
of having a planted base. So he's not staying. He's just not hitting like he was last year. And
AJ, what are you doing?
no, Hunter, keep talking. You keep speaking your truth.
Are you fucking me right now?
Hunter, keep talking right now. Just keep talking.
So the
Oh my
funny thing about what you're doing right now is that's going to get rejected instantly. Like,
Hunter, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just a
Um,
proposal. He can't do anything.
do you understand how fast this is going to get rejected?
Hunter, I don't know why. I don't know what you're talking about right now. I'm not doing anything.
He's gonna trade one of the best catchers in that American League and a top first baseman in American League for a guy on the IL.
Guys,
and
I
trade.
I don't know what we're talking about right now. There's no trade that's
You know
being
exactly what you're
offered.
talking about, slut.
I
don't
actually
think
don't know what you're talking
I'm not
about.
going to
Hunter
trade my
would
fucking
trade-
Pookie. That's
Listen.
not happening.
I don't think Hunter would trade Adley Rutschman, even if you gave him Ronald Acuna and someone else.
Ronald Acuna is hurt, and so it's not possible.
No, when he was healthy.
No, even when he was healthy, Hunter would have told me to stick it up my dick.
No, yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
probably would, yeah, because you can get output from from outfielders that aren't Ronald Acuna, and Acuna wasn't exactly doing the best this year. So I'd still taking a top 3 catcher.
Now, to be fair, in my defense, I did not have Corbin Carroll on my team, so do with that what you will.
Dude, if Corbin Carroll heats up and he does really
if
good,
he could actually get on base, he's gonna get me at least 3 to 5 points a day because he can steal second and third easily.
Yes.
So
is the Raid City? Is that your dad? AJ?
The Rain City bitch pigeons that it is. Okay, so real quick, Logan, which team? Why don't you tell everyone what your team name is and why you named it that? Because I'm actually a little curious. Because real quick, so because Hunter's is Hunter, you give actually, you know what? Sorry, we'll go Hunter first because we just showed his team. Your Hunter, your team name and why?
My team name is Dadley Clutchman's Buns because a lot of the Orioles fans, we call him Dadley. And then his nickname in college was Clutchman. And then I like his buns.
Yeah. I wish I had taken video that we could play over while we're talking of this. Because when Will and I, when we were watching you watch Corbin Burns throw bullpen in Kansas City, I should have gotten video of you watching Adley Rutschman, so I could have had something to show over this audio.
It was instant erection.
Yeah.
I could not have been happier, and I wish I could have just talked to them. Or get acknowledgement from them.
Happy Pride Month.
I saw this kid at a Grayson Rodriguez jersey, and he wanted him to sign it, and he acknowledged him, and I'm like, dude, I would lose my mind if that happened to me.
I told you to go talk to him, and you were like,
dude, he was so far away, and then they were kicking us out. So it was like they were kicking us out of right next to the field. So
dude, if Ronald Acuna Jr. was standing right there, I would have screamed, Ronald.
I didn't want to look stupid either. I didn't want to just be like, I'm
something.
I'm a 23-year-old man. Fucking.
Yeah, so what?
Adley, come sign my jersey.
Yes,
I would feel so dumb.
Frank the Tank has literally made an entire career off of screaming like an ape and getting whatever.
Here's the thing.
I don't know why you can't do it.
The Mets owner hates him because he's so critical of that team. But he's right.
Imagine if he wanted to fuck the owner.
Scumbag.
Imagine if he wanted to fuck the owner.
I love our new owner. I want to see our old owner die really bad. That's no cap. He ruined our franchise for years. But
that is true.
I don't feel the same way about Daddy Ruby as I do Adley or any of the other players.
Oh,
At
okay.
least he likes the fans, though.
Yeah,
That's
Rubenstein's a fucking great guy. Like he's out on the concourse talking to people, signing autographs. He's giving out free hats, free koozies, everything. He's a man of the people, and like he's from Baltimore. He's a huge Orioles fan, and just he loves the team so much, and has double the money that our old owner did. So
All right. So now,
Adley extension.
oh, there we go. Well, now, Logan, your team name and why you picked your team name.
Well, so I'm slumping, bumping. So yeah, I'm sitting in fourth right now. Hopefully it stays there. I did draft Mookie Betts, which was I like Mookie Betts, which I'm not a Dodgers fan, so I'm a Cubs fan, but I picked the name. Well, it was Drunken Slumping. I just thought it was funny because just like how like the beer leagues in baseball where they literally just play baseball drunk. But I just picked
That sounds like a
Slumpin'
hell of a lot of fun,
Bumpin'.
actually. Where can I sign up?
Yeah.
I'd
And
fucking
then
do that.
so I picked Slumpin' Bumpin', so it's I don't know, it just rhymed. So
That's
that's
fair.
why I picked it.
Now, so next up, now for everybody who's watching, this is about to get really funny because the person that is William Ryder, who is in our league, he, fun fact, why don't you tell everybody how much baseball experience you had leading up to this fantasy baseball season?
I played. I'm a lefty, and I played in a team for 1 year of all righties, and after that, I never played baseball again.
And how many years ago was that?
Probably a decade ago.
Now,
What's his team name again?
well, so Will, now you get to explain what's your team name.
Ground rule getters.
Why is it Ground Rule Getters?
Well, I was playing Wii Sports Baseball, and I got a ground rule double. And then I looked it up, and I realized, that's really freaking cool. And so it sounded good off the tongue. So
There
Huh.
you go. Yeah, that's
I
actually
honestly thought that was a generic name that ESPN had, but that is
It's
actually
just
pretty
one of
clever.
those here's funny haha baseball names.
yeah,
I mean, originally my team name was going to be Murph's Moonshots, like the Dale Murph.
dude. He has Jordan
legend.
Westberg. Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's that.
Dude,
I have
he's
him in my other.
Westbrook's so fucking good.
Yeah.
That's one of the more underrated guys on the O's. He currently is leading the league in two strike batting average. He's hitting like I think it's 260 something with
Click on his
two
stats,
strikes.
AJ.
Westbrook.
Yeah.
Yeah, click on him. See, I want to see like season stat. That's pretty dang good.
And it's his second year.
Yeah.
Well,
9
and
homers, 36 RBIs. That's good.
what's up?
and I picked him off of where.
I did the same with Ranger Suarez.
He's second in position rank right now.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if he's third base or second base. What's his position, Hunter?
Third.
He's both second and third, but I think he's been mostly playing third.
Yeah. He's potentially a gold glover, actually.
I think he should be the representative of the All-Star game for the position.
He could. Well, Jose Ramirez is at third, you have to realize.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless he
whatever.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, AJ.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that I was gonna want to point out because so Will and this entire roster here is actually like kind of what like it's got a lot of pretty underrated players on some pretty solid teams. And I think that's why Will's been able to get away with borderline murder here because he's got a pretty solid team here. And I will say this for the second consecutive fantasy season, he takes a guy that I wanted to take in Tyler Glasnow. Takes him right before me.
Yeah, that's a good pickup.
This stupid son of a bitch during the draft.
Uh,
I had Nick Pavetta, and then
Will, you're probably gonna want to drop John Means.
Is he coming back?
No, he's
No,
out
he's
for the
done
season.
for the
He's
year.
getting
Oh, he's out for the
getting
season.
Tommy John.
Okay, good to know. Thank
Isn't
you.
that the second time?
Yes,
dude
that's
had
his second
Tommy
time.
John?
Ooh.
Yeah, and then that means you can put this guy on your Lars note bear on your
Newt
IL.
Bar.
Oh my God, AJ,
Lars Newt Bar.
it's Newt
I'm
Bar.
honestly doing this
Dude.
just to actively piss off Hunter at this point. I know how to
God.
say his name.
No, dude, I hate it. I hate it so much. I have to like attempt to listen to you talk about players, and then you fuck up their last name. Now it's their first name too. It's
Oh, okay,
it
AJ.
gives me fucking AIDS. It gives me so many AIDS.
It's
trying
like
to
that-
listen to you.
What was that Key
when
and Peele
Hunter's
bit?
done, let me say. So this is funny. The Orioles were playing the Cardinals, and then like Newt Bar, he was like,
Yeah, he got
arguing,
ejected, and then the ump was like, "You're hitting
and then the
210,
ump
and we're
was
doing
like
our job
making
bad."
fun
I
of.
was like, I have no room to talk because they swept us, but that was funny. It was
He
really.
said Newt Bar was batting like 215 or something.
He was
and
like, "You're batting 210, and we're doing our job wrong."
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what
he
he
got
said.
injured again.
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's injury prone though.
Oh, who? Noochber? Is that how you say his name, Hunter?
I'll kill you.
AJ, try to say that guy right above Newt Bar's last name.
Gabriel Monorino.
Dude, there's not even a fucking N up there.
I know. It's like Hunter just is not hearing me when I say I'm doing it to fuck with him.
Dude, how does he
Moreno, I know
pronounce
that.
Acuna right?
Well, yeah, it's because I'm fucking with him. Because it's funny.
I know.
But like,
I know you probably can't even say freaking Ozuna right.
what about Papi? Right here. What
Oh my
about
God,
Papi?
AJ.
What about Ryan Papi?
I know you're fucking with me right now, but it's still the most infuriating thing. It's Pepio.
No, it's
The T
Pippi.
is silent.
Listen, Hunter, I didn't go to Catholic school to have some non-Catholic school goer tell
Oh
me
no,
that's Papi. Okay, I'm obviously smarter
jeez,
than you.
AJ, you got to hate on us now.
Yeah, I know.
Just because you went to Omaha Gross for 2 years, buddy.
Did you just crush a beer can on screen?
Yup. That's gonna be you. You don't fuck off.
I think
with
Hunter's
this.
drunk. He's
It's
on.
gonna be your ass, Hunter, if you keep looking all hot like that. Over
Try
there.
me. Try
What
me.
kind of beer was it, at least, Hunter?
It wasn't even a beer. It was a fucking. I mean,
Oh,
it's technically a beer. It's an Angry Orchard.
those things are good.
That's all I drink because I don't like beer. Call me what you will.
Well, in honor of Nick Pivy. Yeah, that's how you pronounce that.
Oh
Wait,
my
oh my
God.
god, wait. Did you just pick up Did you just pick up Frankie Montez? Or was he
Hunter, this guy is. Oh
I
my
can't.
God.
I just can't because he called Shohei Shoei, and he did it
Dude,
multiple times after
Hunter's
multiple
giving
corrections.
AJ a salute right now.
Okay,
I
honest
No,
to
he's
God,
giving-
that was I genuinely didn't know how to say his name. I will say that. I'm kind of like Boris Johnson in
look
that
at
way.
the top. It's literally promoting players that hate Caitlin Clark right there.
And then Caitlin Clark.
2 players that hate Caitlin Clark, and then Caitlin Clark.
Who's Caitlin Clark?
Oh my gosh.
Our token white girl.
Really, you don't know who Caitlin Clark is?
No, I'm just doing that to pull your leg.
Oh, okay.
How's it feel?
Shut up.
Yeah,
Not
AJ.
Okay, now for my team. So mine is. So I change my team names about as often as some
Beyond
people
double dippers.
inhale and exhale. Because I am very indecisive. I don't know if it's my ADHD dialed up to 25, but
It's your HPV.
It's just because AJ hates Deion Sanders.
I actually like Deion Sanders, even though we're all Nebraska fans and we hate Colorado. I actually like Deion Sanders. The problem is just I think that his kid is kind of a dick, and by that I mean like if you walk around shoving a watch in people's faces, like dude, come on. Like Deion Sanders when he played ball, like he would rub it in, but like the most like he ever did was there was a reporter who didn't like him and he dumped water on him. Like that's pretty funny. But like running up when you like win a game, being like, "Look at my watch," it's like what? Like what
That's
to do with that? It's got nothing to do with your skill on the field. It just means you got paid. Kim Kardashian has no skill. She gets paid. So what? There are 15-year-olds with Rolls Royces and a Tesla Cybertruck. That means that doesn't mean they have skill. Like that's such a dumb.
Well, I
thing to
thought he
brag about.
filed bankruptcy.
Who?
Deion's son.
No, that was Antonio Brown.
Oh.
Yeah, Mr. CT ESPN.
Yeah, CT ESPN himself fucking
We should
Haven't
have
filed
Antonio Brown
bankruptcy.
on this podcast.
If we can get Antonio Brown on the podcast, the first thing I'm going to ask him is, "Hey, how many fingers am I holding up?"
how many numbers am I holding up?
He'll
And, like,
probably be like hashtag CTESPN.
Well, you know what's funny? What we'll do is we'll just hold no fingers up, and we'll say, like, "Hey, how many fingers am I holding up?" And he's like, "You're not holding up any fingers." I'm like, "Oh God, it's really bad, huh?"
We'll just say AJ scanned me out of a trade, everyone.
Which one?
The one where you traded a guy that went under the freaking IL the moment you traded
Oh,
him.
yeah. Well, to be fair, Suzuki has done you nothing but wonders since he's been activated. So you're freaking.
I was kidding.
Okay, I was gonna say.
No, AJ had a fair trade. I traded him Tyler O'Neill, who is on the IL actually.
Was not at the time.
When did he go on the IL?
He's coming back on Wednesday. He just he strained something, I think, and they just wanted him to sit for 10 days. And he said in a press conference 2 days ago, like, "Hey, I'm gonna be activated on Wednesday against the White Sox."
What a time to come back.
I agree because because like right now my team's pretty solid. I mean, Bryce Harper had a bad day today, but like he can have a bad day because when he has good days, like good God, he has good days. My entire roster is pretty solid, I would say. Isak Paredes. He's one of my other good hitters.
Isak Paredes.
And then Louis Regifno. And then Matt, dude, why do half these players have names that like sound like something from Mario Galaxy? Like, oh my God. Like,
for real though.
Because
yeah.
like 40% of the MLB is Hispanic.
Hunter,
AJ, say the guy
because I didn't appreciate that very much.
Say your second baseman's name. What's
I'm just gonna pass on that one. Kim Jong Un. No.
Close.
Hey. He is
I'm
from
kidding.
Korea,
It's Hassan
though.
Kim. But like
It's from Korea.
Well, here's the thing. It's more of like because sometimes the way because I lived in a town called Boardman where it's like 80% Hispanic, and like it's like saying like Hispanic names are sometimes hard like when you read them because it's kind of sometimes like English where like if you don't have like because sometimes like when it's written out like the proper pronunciation like Ronald Acuna, like I've always been able to say his name properly because I know where the emphasis is because it's on the end. So like it's Acuna, like that's easy to say because like when it's written out like that, it's easy to pronounce. But like right here, like what the like Ragnifo. Like when I first read that, I had a seizure because I'm like I don't know how to pronounce that because like it could be either of those. But like Hunter's not wrong. Like I do have a kind of a weird problem of like being able to read people's names, but it's more of like it's kind of like a. It's like I'm a great
kills me. It
like,
kills me so hard.
It's like
I can't even begin to explain.
Well, yeah. I mean, I partially do it to screw with you.
It's
but also,
it's the same with like I play the show, and there's a player called. They also fuck up Isak Paredes, but Samuel Basayo, they say Basalo, and that I can't.
Well, that's MLB the Show. They also like say the most random shit possible. Like, and if you get like
Yeah,
a
it's
routine
just
fly
filler.
ball, it's like a deep fly ball, and it's like not even.
Yeah,
the
it's
one
fucking
best.
out,
Deep
and
fly
you
ball
just want to throw your
to
controller.
South America.
No,
Well, okay, so
That's-
real quick, I think because I want to make sure that like we kind of real quick before we get on to before we move on to football real quick. So I wanted to talk to everybody because what's going to be interesting about this weekend for all the viewers to see is each week we will point out the standings. Currently, Mr. William, who is the defending fantasy football champion here, I did the math before we started the recording after I got out of the shower, and based on wins, losses, because our league is based on division record. So if you are tied with somebody, the team with the better division record is like basically if there's a tie, the better team or the team with the better record in the division is emphasized more. Like if Will and Kyle or Mr. Splash's Bird Bath here were tied, which they're not going to be, Will would become the number one team. But because he's being compared to Dad, because all of Dad's losses have been in the division until
who's
this.
Dirty Dan's?
That's Little Will.
Whooped.
okay.
We have two Wills.
The guy that drafted Eric Hosmer
In the
round.
first round.
That was the funniest thing ever.
Dude,
Who retired?
not only did he retire like 2 weeks before our draft, but the dude was in AAA for the Cubs because he was so bad to end his
I'd known
career.
that I'd have gone to last year. If I had known that, I'd have gone to one of the games, like when they played the Storm.
AJ, does your team lead in strikeouts like your hitters?
No, that's
Or
from
is that pitching?
That's pitching.
I rank 8th. I'll take that.
Well, and here's what
I rank first in strikeouts.
Statistically, I have the best team. Like like literally statistically, I'm better than everybody. It's just a matter of
Well, look at how many total base hits you have. You have the most total base hits.
Well, I've got every
That's
single thing on this
tallied
line
bases.
is better. Look at this. Everything down the line, if you look, it's better than everybody else.
Whatever.
I have 2 more strikeouts than you, L Weenie.
What do you mean?
Same thing. Total base.
Oh, boo! You can't beat teams if it meant if your life depended on it, Hunter.
What do you? I'm on a 2-game win streak. Fuck you.
Yeah. Stop.
Sorry. Hey, what was that? Hey, everybody, what was that record we saw a second ago? What was that?
Hey, you shut up.
Was that 3-6?
He's 5 games out. Don't count him out, buddy.
Yeah.
Games out.
Season ain't over.
No one's as bad as Ian, who has a 1.111 win percent.
That's gonna be funny because Ian beat the best team in the league.
So it'll bump it up to like 150 now.
Yeah, I mean, also Ian's playing against the Dirty Dans this week, so that'll be a win.
That's the bottom feeder. The bottom feeder.
Battle of the bottom feeders.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of AJ Seymour's team this week.
No, you're not. You have it.
Do it. Do it.
I hope Mookie Betts hits like 8 homers total this week.
I hope Mookie Betts is mistakenly arrested because I'm gonna put a photo of myself. I'm gonna put a photo of Mookie Betts out, staple it to my face, and then commit a crime. And then when Mookie Betts for the next week is trying to get it all situated, for the next week, then I'm gonna kick the shit out of your team.
AJ.
I really just need Ryan Mountcastle to do what he does against fucking Toronto. He owns the Blue Jays.
Toronto's about to trade all their players. So
apparently Ross Atkins said that they've taken calls for Bo Bichette and Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Okay,
but
Ian is
they don't
joining.
see any reason to trade them.
I just allowed him to join. So
here comes the delusional Daniel Vogelfats. Here he comes.
Yes, here's Ian from last week, everybody.
Daniel Vogelfats. Here he is. He's joining. Hold on, Ian. I think you're muted. No, maybe not.
No, I'm unmuted now.
Okay.
Let's see here. So
Ian, how do you feel about beating the 15-win White Sox this week?
It was as good as beating the Cubs in the series.
Yeah.
And how'd you feel about beating the best team in our? Because we were just talking baseball, and then we're about to talk about football now. But how do you feel about beating the best team in the fantasy baseball league, Ian?
That was completely crazy. Now I'll probably go on another losing streak.
Dude, you played this team, the Dirty Dans, this week.
Dude, you can beat them, Ian.
Dude, Ian, I told you have a pretty easy schedule going forward. And by the way, despite no matter who you played this week, Ian, you scored 305 points. That's more than any other team this week.
Yeah, I know. And it was like I won by like 250 points.
Yeah, it's because he had Willie Adames, and Willie Adames hit like 4 homers this week.
And then also, Dad had Shota Imanaga, and he has like, because for everybody who's watching, my dad has nothing but Braves players, and then he had Shota Imanaga, who had like the worst pitching day ever. Like anything that could have gone wrong for him this week basically did. And Ian, regardless, I think regardless of what would have happened, I think Ian would have won because Ian still outscored literally everybody in the league.
Well, Ian's pitching staff went off though.
I won by 230.
Yep, that sounds about right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
and Ian also won in our other league.
I did.
Yeah, you beat Jared.
Oh, that's wild. I have not even looked at that league all season.
For context, everyone, me and Ian are in another league with our college friend, and Ian traded me Matt Olson. He just like traded me because he does not pay attention to that league.
Well, and also I just feed Ian like player advice because I want Ian to make the playoffs. In fact, now that Hunter won't stop sending me, like when Hunter was sending like Zach Gallen's out for 15 days, I wanted to kick him in his teeth. And
I was just spreading the word.
I don't care. You were the person that told me, therefore I wanted you dead.
He's not that injured. It's like a
I know and to be fair, like I kind of saw that coming because he had been dealing with something like this since like April. So it's not all that shocking that he went out because he had a situation where he was day to day for like he just missed like 1 or 2 appearances in April. I can't remember if he missed 1 or 2, but it was right around that because he strained something in his arm and he was like, I just need to sit for a week or so. And I was like, okay, whatever. I just missed a day. And it was I won that week anyway, so it didn't really matter. But this week it almost definitely mattered because I was playing this guy, everybody, for context, Mr. Splash's Birdbath, who's 7-2. So I pretty much was like, yeah, I needed to win bad because both my father, who's at the very top here, and I was going to lose, and I wanted to have a stab at the number 1 spot because not this week, but the week after, I play Senor William here, and that will be the battle for first place.
I'm gonna beat the multiple seat. I'm gonna beat all 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna lose to my grandpa this week also, so it's not gonna matter much, but we'll have to see how that plays out. But everybody, we're gonna get to the main. So because what we're gonna do for this podcast, everybody, because we're just talking baseball about our league, we're gonna talk about our previous football league. So that way, if we ever want to reference like something that happened last year, we can say, hey, go watch the second podcast because it's got everything in it about our previous season. So that way we don't have to give context for stuff. So that's what this is going to be this week. If I can, oh my god, why did I just do that? That was so stupid. Hunter, why'd you do that?
Why did I do
Hunter,
that?
why did you do that to me? God damn it!
Because I'm watching the Oregon game.
Oh,
who's winning?
Oregon's up 3-0, and if they win, they advance to the Super Regional.
Unlike Arkansas, who Ian likes.
Don't talk about Nebraska, please.
Hey, I told you,
dude. We even said that Jack Caglione was going to be the reason that Florida won.
I said that, and AJ's like, no.
Look at what happened.
They had 29 wins.
What's going to happen in the Ohio State game in the fall, and AJ's going to be like, it'll be close. We have a chance.
We do have a chance. I don't know why everybody's so down on us this year. We're going to be good.
Nobody's down. We're just saying we're not going to beat Ohio State.
AJ, Florida, like I told AJ before, Florida led the league in home runs, the NCAA.
AJ's not a fan of facts.
AJ, go get a job and stop being lazy.
AJ, you work for Amazon.
That's not working.
Yeah, we want to do
It's
this.
slavery. That's right.
This is what we want to do.
Jeff Bezos put
Yeah.
you
He's
to
a
work,
slave to
buddy.
Jeff Bezos.
It's.
You work
I
for
mean, I
Daddy
can't.
Bezos pays you money to send his shit.
That's pretty
Yeah.
much true. Now, so real quick, we're gonna start this off. So we're gonna because Logan, everybody, was not in our league last year. But Logan, real quick, your previous year, how did you finish in your other league that you're in?
Hold on. Here, I'll pull it up on my phone here.
Okay,
He collapsed at the end.
kind of like Ian did,
Yes.
except
What a
The
story.
fucking dude, the fucking strays that are being shot right now.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Jared Goff.
Ian, real quick, who did you draft quarterback wise last year?
Joe Burrow.
Oh yeah, that's right.
How do I
So here's what we're gonna do. So while Logan brings up his, so last year, Ian, or he is Trump's fake electors. We don't often get political on this, but I'm just gonna tell everybody in the crowd, I am literally the token liberal of this group. Like I'm the liberal that balances it all out. We're like Fox News, except if by fair and balanced we mean the scales are pretty much tipped in one side, and I'm just a lone liberal.
And I'm the conservative in here.
Well,
Like you said,
everybody in this is right leaning except for me. I'm the opposite, and that's because I get laid.
Am I though?
To be fair, Will, you could stay neutral. I don't care.
I'm pretty neutral in this here.
Well, I tell you what. So Ian, or Trump's fake electors, going into the season was the favorite. Like he was number one. Like after, like, cause for some reason ESPN doesn't do this for baseball, which kind of frustrates me because it kind of shows like we only care about football. But like ESPN did like the post draft like rankings. Ian was number one. Like he had, you know what? We can pull his team up from week one here, which will be pretty fucking funny to see. But like when you all look at this, you're gonna laugh because it's
Hold
like,
on. Yeah, I'm gonna go on my computer and do this because
Okay.
it's being weird as hell.
No, that's fine. So this is what Ian had at the start of the year. Oh no, it's not. Oh my gosh, why did
Burrow.
I
That
literally
was at
hit?
the end.
Yeah, so week one. So this was his week one roster, and it's pretty funny to think about in retrospect. Because oh my god, Brees Hall is so funny. Devontae Adams, you made the right call trading him. And then
I
TJ
felt
Hawkins.
bad doing it. Like it's not his fault, and it's not my fault.
Well, it's not neither of your guys' faults, but like Devontae Adams, and we'll get into this a little later, but he almost cost Wyatt a championship appearance.
Well, his quarterback did, and his coaching for some
one freaking fantasy point. Like that was I could have jumped for joy when I saw that. That kept me involved.
That's the Josh McDaniels effect, guys.
Oh God, yeah. I mean that could be a whole episode right there. But Hunter, like out of the first few weeks, Hunter was actually pretty down the middle. And you know what? I'll say this: Hunter was a pretty consistent team all year. Like Hunter was he was in the upper tier for sure. But like Hunter, you were pretty good. Like
I think I went on like a 5-game win streak, then went on like a 7-game losing streak, and then ended up coming back and I think I won the last couple of games to get myself to 500. But I went through the shitter for I don't even know how long.
You did actually. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through your guys' quick schedule real quick, kind of bring up because like Hunter, when he says losing streak, this is what he means. And it started off with, by the way, everybody, me Just
Okay,
just
AJ.
just figure I should throw that out there.
AJ,
But
I found it. I found it.
oh, okay then. So Logan, real quick before we start, what was your ranking at the end of the year last year? And
So I went 10-4. I finished third place in our league. I had the best record in the league, but like Ian said, I fell apart. Like the whole Bears quarterback room always does.
yeah, much
When
like Philadelphia, you collapsed.
Yep. Yep. So I went 10-4 in our league, which everyone in our league had football knowledge. Besides, I I don't even know. Some kid named Aiden or something in our league.
Oh, we have an Aiden in our league too. He sadly could not join us tonight, but he's Riley.
Okay, this kid named Aiden was a Dallas Cowboys fan, AJ.
Oh, so I'd love him. Go Birds.
He would probably start saying Dak's the best quarterback in the league.
So lying.
Hey, CJ Souch says that Dak's the fourth best quarterback in the league.
DJ Stroud's also 23.
No, my God.
So
Don't show Ian's record after he traded CJ Stroud.
don't you worry.
This last episode will never be talked about ever again.
No, it's gonna get talked about. But Hunter here started off pretty strong because Hunter, and I'll say this for the audience at home, Hunter's a pretty good fantasy guy. Like his baseball record, like we showed, is honestly pretty deceiving because I still maintain he'll end up in the top like 5. But like I kind of, before I say that confidently, I kind of want to see how he does the next few weeks, fantasy wise in baseball. But for football, Hunter's honestly pretty smart, and this record honestly does kind of show that because now winning against Ian was kind of Ian was like letting people run a train on him that for like a good stretch of the year, and we'll get to that. But
my
Hunter
fucking 0.1 win
against yeah, like you beat Will.
Yeah, week 4. Look at week 4.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Ian.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
I was watching the game, saw that they were just feeding Brees Hall, and I'm like, fuck this, I'm getting tired, I'm gonna take a nap. I slept from like 8:30 to 10:30, woke up, game was over, looked at my fantasy and saw that I won by 0.1, and I fucking lost my mind.
I mean that would be pretty. I remember that was pretty exciting too because at that point, like, because I mean, as everybody I'm sure who's watching knows, pretty early on in the fantasy season, there's not really much of like a clear cut like who's the best team. You don't normally find that out till like week 9. Like that's usually when like at the latest like everything's kind of jumbled up. And I think honestly, like from what I'm looking at this and remembering, like Hunter's team was pretty good. In fact, I actually told Hunter privately that I would not be shocked if he and I ended up in the championship game. Because
we had a bet going if it did happen.
Well, because here's the thing, Hunter, you did
I was
pretty
fucking
good.
hot. Like I was so hot to week 7, and then after that I just crumbled, and I don't 100% know why.
Well, I'll tell you why. It's because the teams you faced, you literally only faced like because so for everybody and this will get elaborated more throughout the year, but we have an 8-team playoff, and Hunter throughout this last stretch here. So he beats Will, which pretty impressive win. Will was like me and Will at the time were doing a dance for who was first, much like it's in baseball right now. Funny enough, actually. Hopefully, it doesn't have the same outcome, but so Hunter beats Will, and then he loses to nothing but playoff teams. And I will say this: Cooper, who's my little brother, big basketball guy, he had a sneaky good team because he had Lamar Jackson and Cooper Cup. And my God, like he just he would come out of nowhere and beat you. But like honestly, Hunter did a pretty good job. Like, because even when you look at these scores, like it's pretty evident that like a couple of these, like the loss against me, I had Christian McCaffrey and Jalen Hurts. So Like, I mean, losing to me by that much isn't really all that surprising. A lot of people did. But Hunter honestly had a pretty good resume going into the tournament, and I think when he beat Jack, who's a sports commentator out in South Dakota, I honestly thought Hunter was gonna make the championship game because Will's team had lost Tyreek Hill at that point, and I was genuinely like, I think Hunter might make it, but
I just put up a fucking fart noise against him.
yeah, but as we'll find out later, and I don't know if Will, if you have the trophy with you right now.
Well, let's see the squad. Show off the squad.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean? Sorry.
My team.
AJ,
Show
did
off
you
the
already
team.
talk about how Will took it? Jalen Hurts from you.
Oh yeah, we talked about that last week. Here, Hunter, we'll go over your team as it was when the season ended because I don't remember if your team went through a huge overhaul, but I don't really remember you changing a whole lot. So, other than trading me Tank Dell, I don't think much changed, right?
No, I don't think there's a whole lot.
Yeah, so we'll go through who you had. That's me.
That was you, AJ.
Yeah. I was the player haters ballers. But Hunter's team, and I am so sorry this is taking so long. I have Cox internet, and for anybody who lives,
So you have oh, dude, Florida's beating Oklahoma State right now.
really?
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, 5-2.
Ew.
Well, they would have to win tomorrow too. Florida
Yeah.
does.
Oh,
I hope
okay.
they
So
lose.
Hunter, real quick, everybody, why don't we let Hunter explain his quarterback situation? Because his quarterback situation was honestly pretty interesting.
My quarterback situation was so fucked. Because Justin Herbert decided to blow out his hand again. I had to
Aaron
scramble
Hall.
for quarterbacks, and I decided to pick up Jaron Hall because I thought, oh, he kind of balled out against Atlanta before somebody threw him down and he got a concussion. It's like, oh, maybe there's a chance. And then he went in and just played like absolute dog shit. So I had Sam Howell, and Sam Howell, yeah, he fucking put up the most yards in the NFL. He wasn't it. There's a reason he got traded for a bag of chips.
So why don't you tell everybody at home, Hunter, who is the quarterback that you drafted again?
I drafted Justin Herbert.
And why was that a bad idea?
It wasn't at the time. At the time, it was. I thought it was a pretty solid pick, and looking back on it, I'll never do it again.
He had Christian Watson on his team.
He also had Travis Kelce, and by the way, that was his first round pick last year. Was Travis Kelce, which again
because fucking
AJ, you didn't show what kicker he had.
I have the GOAT.
He has the GOAT, Harrison Butker.
Oh, everybody's favorite kicker.
My hero.
Oh man.
So everyone knows AJ is a big Harrison Butker supporter.
Stand on.
That's how
business,
liberal I am.
Harrison.
I'm so liberal. I love Harrison Butker.
Tell
Stand on
Cassie to go
business.
get in the kitchen and make you a sandwich.
You're damn right.
Bitch.
I'm kidding. We support women with their rights, don't we, Hunter? Because you're a woman. Guys, I don't know why you're laughing. That this is a very serious matter. Hunter identifies as a woman, and we have to respect that.
No, I am a ham and cheese sandwich.
Wow.
That's what I identify as.
All right,
Ham
so
and cheese
all right. Actually, so Ian, remember how we talked about your team like started off well and then it didn't do then it
he got killed the first game.
Well, it's because because literally when Breece Hall went down, the Jets, I guess, decided like, hey, we have a great running back, but we're just gonna like pretend.
You mean Aaron
he don't
Rodgers, not
exist.
Breece Hall?
AJ, he started 0-5. How's that a good start?
Well, I thought he started off better than this, and I hadn't looked at this in a fat minute. But also,
okay, he had a 6-game winning streak almost.
Well, and then he almost broke that. The game with Hunter, I think we all everybody in the league all kind of thought. And Will,
This is stupid.
Will,
I
as
had a
you're
99% chance of winning.
well,
They
and
said
Will,
Ian wouldn't win a game this year. They said he wouldn't.
well, and Will, as the reigning champion, do you remember what you thought at the time? Because you faced him.
What? Who? No, I don't.
You don't remember what you thought at the time? Because I can
I
tell you, because I ask people all the time what they were thinking about certain teams. And I will say this. All I remember was at the time, you and I were both in a nuclear arms race because I think we'll get to it. You had a pretty good start as well. You were in the same camp as me of like, you and I were pretty much like having an old dance of who's the best team, like we're doing it right now in baseball. And much like Batman and the Joker, we might just be destined to do this forever.
I feel like I beg to differ with this one this year. I mean, maybe for baseball, but it kind of depends
AJ.
on position.
He
But-
beat you. He beat you in the no, you beat Ian in the regular season, right?
Yeah,
Or-
because we're looking at Ian's schedule right now, not mine. But
Well, you beat Will in the regular season, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I am undefeated against Will in the regular season.
Not in the playoffs.
But here's what I'll say to Ian, because right around this time when after he faced me, because was right around the time I got married, and I remember I was because Ian, that's when he was like, you know what, I'm gonna put my big boy pants on and get my shit together, and he really did. I told him to trade Joe Burrow to my dad for CJ Stroud because he was on my dad's bench at the time, and my dad had Anthony Richardson as his quarterback. Ian trades him for CJ Stroud, and like obviously great trade, right? Everybody, you would think so, but then Ian, because Ian, as you guys will find out as this podcast goes on more and more, Ian is the most fuck. Somebody did bad one week. I need to throw them. I'm gonna throw them to the side of the road.
I overreact to absolutely everything in sports.
And it's so fucking funny, especially in fantasy. Oh my god, because
you should see him during the Buck season, everyone.
well, because he trades because now, and here's the thing, despite Ian having a pretty strong like finish to the season, like he still, I think right around this point, week 11, I want to say, trades CJ Stroud and gives him to that's the third best team in the league, or otherwise known as my Dakes curve left, Mr. Wyatt. And oh my god, that was so frustrating because like I handed Ian the keys to the kingdom, and he basically just said, I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen, threw that shit out the window, and it, oh my god, may have cost him, because in case any of you are seeing this week 14, he needed to win this. In fact, if Ian had won that very game, he would have been playoff bound.
If I would have started Justin Fields that week, because that was when the Bears had kind of thrashed the Lions at home, and if I had started Justin Fields that week,
Click on that, AJ. Click on that matchup.
Yeah, we'll do a quick little look at Ian's week 14, and then we're gonna get right to Will Ryder's.
It was entirely the quarterback situation.
It really was. I mean, you had one
Fields
of
had like 24 points. Goff had like 8.
I forget who Will's quarterback was. Oh wait, Will's quarterback was Brock Purdy. Okay, this is a live look, kind of at what we this is a live look here. So Justin Fields 24 points, and Jared Goff 4.
Oh,
Dude,
oh my god, it's a 20.
He literally has Mr. Sexual Assault himself, Brandon McManus, on his team.
Yep.
Yeah, and by the way, everybody, take a good look. This is also Will Ryder's lineup. He had a pretty solid lineup as well. But here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna for the viewers at home, just take your thumb and just cross this name off. Like hold your thumb over that
Speed
name.
Racer.
Why was Tyreek Hill on your bench?
He was hurt.
Yeah. So
Oh,
Tyreek,
okay.
Tyreek was hurt and unpredictable, and I don't remember why Raheem was on my bench, to tell you the truth.
Will and I made a backroom deal with the approval of the commissioner. And I texted Will last minute after I saw
Oh yeah, that's
how
right.
shit the
Oh,
Bears
okay, yeah.
team was going.
I remember
And
now.
I had a meltdown when I saw Jared Goff throw his third interception of the day. And then I texted Will to bench everybody to at least give me a shot. And to Will's credit, he did. He did his best, but just Amon-Ra St. Brown, thanks to Jared Goff, again, did not hold up his end of the bargain. Absolutely pathetic. Again,
And then
not my
by
fault.
some miracle,
Blame the
Tajay
players and
Spears
not the
dropped
coaches.
17.
Hey, Ian, this was the week when the Packers lost to Tommy DeVito.
Oh my!
Oh no.
That guy's dad should be in jail. He's a communist. He's a fascist. Italian fascist.
Nothing to do with this.
He's
But-
a commie bastard.
He
Well,
is.
here's what that makes this so much funnier. Actually, now that I remember
Doing
that, because
this.
I do, because
Jail. Oh.
Ian asked me if it would be okay, and I basically told him, "Hey, listen, that's not up to me. If you can convince Will, then I will allow it. But I only allow it because
yeah.
Ian was like, I want to go to the playoffs so bad, and I'm like one game away." And I told him, like, you know what? If Will says yes, and Will, because at this point, everybody, Will was already the 2 seed pretty much.
Yeah, I was clenched.
Yeah, your spot was clenched. You were the second best team in the league, and you were just like, you know what? Like, let's do it. Let's see if Ian can get in. And despite the fact that Will benched let's see what his bench total is. His bench total is 117 points.
I was gonna say this is probably the only time that year that somebody's bench got more points than the team.
Dude, there's no way Will had Tommy DeVito.
Dude, okay, you know what makes this funnier?
It
Look
would have
at
worked out for 1 week as a Joe Barry.
this. Dude, his bench scored more than Ian's actual team.
It's Jared Goff. It's all Jared Goff. Do the math. It was all Jared Goff.
Yeah, blame it on Jared Goff. Yep.
I am.
That's so fucking
You
funny.
didn't even start TJ Hawkinson, you moron.
Like,
Well, okay, no, because look at who the Vikings quarterback was then. It
Yeah,
was like you had like Hall, who
You had Jared Hall, Josh Dobbs,
Yep.
and Nick Mullins, who
Yeah.
by
Now you
some fucking miracle can just throw for 400 yards,
Where is Dobbs
but 4
now?
interceptions.
Dobbs
Dobbs
is-
is at the Niners.
Yeah, he's the Niners' backup now.
which means he's gonna go undefeated.
Yeah, as the backup.
Okay, so now
But it's
everybody,
Sam Darnold.
Huh.
we've got ourselves the reigning champion schedule here. Will Ryder finished the season with only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses, and much like, because we don't break tradition around here in this league, traditionally he gets his ass kicked by me.
Yeah.
And that's pretty.
There was one of those nights. It was my first matchup against Wyatt, which is the person that I faced off against for the championship. Yep, that 111 to 108.
We're gonna pull that up, yeah.
I want to mention the fact that why I said don't pick up Devontae Adams earlier. So, I was losing by like, I think 4 points by the end of it, and all my guys were done. And I don't remember who the Raiders were playing against, but
We'll find out here in a second.
Yeah, because of, long story short, because Devontae Adams did so poorly, he lost points and he got less than what he needed. He needed 4 points to beat me, and he got 2.1. They were against the Lions at Detroit.
Yeah, that you see, because so Wyatt's
Look
entire
at who has CJ Stroud, Ian.
Yeah, but he had
Oh.
a mighty 12.9 points. It's
Against the that's when they lost to the Panthers.
who
Yeah.
loses to
Oh.
Carolina.
Yeah, well,
The team that almost beat the Green Bay Packers.
Okay,
here's what's crazy.
That bar's pretty low.
Here's what's crazy about all this, because Wyatt's team, like, he was undefeated, I think. Well, we could pull that up in a second, but like, I think like Wyatt's team was like universally, like, he was the team to beat at this point in time. And I remember I told Ian at the time, I was like, if you want to win and you want to start a good win streak, you need to beat Wyatt. And obviously, either Ian didn't hear me when I said that, or he was just like, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that piece of advice. Because I thought that CJ Stroud trade happened much later, but based on what I'm looking at right now, that CJ Stroud trade happened way earlier than I remember it happening, because this is week 8 and CJ Stroud is on his team. That is really funny, actually, when you think about that. That means that trade happened way earlier. And actually, despite that, Ian went on a streak without
I
CJ
went
Stroud.
on a long winning streak with just Jared Goff. Yeah.
Yeah, you almost pulled off like the impossible. I was rooting
Yep.
for you to make it because I wanted an easier opponent in the playoffs than my brother. But
Who said Ian wasn't gonna beat you, AJ?
no, he never has. Here's the
Well,
thing.
Have you ever beat him, Ian?
No, I have not yet.
Ian's first year, he didn't do the greatest, but also I think it was because the very first year we did this,
It was running back issues again the first year.
yeah, it really was. And I wanted to say it was because like we didn't care as much because we weren't doing it for money just yet. We were kind of doing it to see
Yeah.
like, hey. But
Who
even then
got last place last year?
Aiden did.
Okay.
You'll meet him eventually, but he'll be on the podcast one of these days. He said he wants to do it. It was just more of like he works a lot, so it's kind of hard for him. But actually, real quick, because I don't want we don't want this episode to go too long. We'll quickly pull Wyatt's schedule up here, and I'll quickly look over. So yeah, at the time, Wyatt had only one loss. And then he lost to me, of course. And then because I have this weird superpower where I beat a team and then they suck for a couple weeks.
Hey.
Hunter, you know all about that, right? You know all about
Here.
my
Take it.
my
Take
curse.
it. Take all of it.
Oh no, don't worry. Here, just keep giving it to me. I'll take it. I'll take your stupid fingers. But like Wyatt's team was really good. And the only reason why I was rooting against him was because he and Will were the only real threats I saw, except for maybe Hunter for a short while, because Hunter was just like on fire, and then he kind of went
Ice cold.
the shitter. So I was just like, okay, Hunter's no longer on my radar. But we're gonna get to the one that everybody actually wants to see, because I'm the team that should have won the championship game. And everybody knows it. Listen, I won, and all the real polls showed that I actually won the season, and it was actually rigged against me, despite the fact that I run the league and set the points. It was rigged against me, absolutely, because, and we're gonna get into it here.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Because here was the game, everybody, that decided whether or not I was going to the championship game, and then we're going to show how many points Will scored in the championship, and it's a quick proof that not only did I have the best team in the league, but that I deserved to win. So Logan, this is your first time seeing this, right?
No, I think Ian showed me.
Hey, don't forget about the fact that Tyreek Hill was not doing so hot that day. And I also didn't have Raheem Mostert, so.
Well, also, okay, so quickly, everybody, just to kind of explain what happened here. So going into after Saturday, not Saturday, I'm so sorry, it's Sunday, and it's college football. On Sunday, at around the halfway point of the day, I was about as scared as I could possibly be, because if you look right here at Cortland Sutton, so you might be asking, like, well, AJ, why'd you play him if he wasn't in that day? He got hurt after the first snap. He pulled an Aaron Rodgers, you see. One
Hey.
snap in gets hurt, and because of that, like literally, if he scores 1 point, catches the ball once, doesn't matter. He could have even caught the ball and then fallen back 4 yards. I would have still won the game. Like, he just had to do something, but he didn't. And it's so frustrating because, like, if you look down here, like, if I had just played Michael Gallup, which I tell everybody I don't have Dallas Cowboys on my fantasy team, and I'm just realizing I had him on my team. So we're going to quickly move up here to hide that little mistake I made. But like, I had a pretty solid team, and look at Wyatt's. Like, you can kind of see Wyatt had a pretty good team too. Except for
Joe Flacco.
Except for Joe Flacco. But it's because CJ Stroud was hurt, and he had Saquon Barkley also. Like, he traded for Saquon Barkley. I remember
Even though
I tried
Joe
to shoot that.
Flacco outscored your quarterback.
Yeah, by a point.
Yeah, AJ.
By
How
a
about
point.
that?
A point.
And doesn't matter.
Don't talk about my boyfriend that way, guys. You know how defensive I get over him.
Which one?
Jalen Hurts.
Well, you can also say that
AJ
about
likes
Christian
Aaron
McCaffrey.
Rodgers.
No, Christian
Oh,
McCaffrey and
yeah.
Jalen Hurts. If you ask me dream threesome, that's it right there.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey is his cruel mistress.
That's pretty much true. It's funny
Yeah, because he rigged this year's draft so he could fucking draft Christian.
Well, okay.
He didn't exactly rig it. He just
Yeah.
owes me.
Well,
besides
also,
that, he
rigged.
didn't rig it. As Fallout New Vegas puts it, the game was rigged from the start. So since he made it, he gets to make the rules. So
here's the thing.
Rig it, but he rigged it.
Here's what everybody, if any viewers at home catch the drift, like, hey, maybe this guy is cheating this league. No, because there's a very video on this same channel. If you go back to the first video, it is literally the draft announcement, and it's literally us, because throughout the season, I put polls out, and everybody votes week to week on the game of the week, who's going to win, and if you get it correct, your name gets put into this little like shaker I have twice. And so we draw names out of like a hat almost in a sense for who gets the draft. And Hunter got the most games correct out of the year. Hunter participated almost every week in voting, and he got nearly every game correct. And it's why he is the first overall pick in the draft. And by he, I mean me, because we traded picks, and he is now the second overall pick in the draft. I am the first, so I can get Christian McCaffrey. And but that's neither here nor there. But like this right here was the champion. This was the champion right here that never was. Because as you all are about to see here, when I pull into the championship round, because it's worth pointing out that if I had gone to the championship and faced off against a Senor William Ryder over here,
Womp womp.
you say womp womp, Logan, but based on the way I wrote your schedule, you are probably not making it out of the first 5 weeks with more than 3 wins.
Womp womp.
Talk your shit now, boy.
I mean, what position does he have?
Huh?
Or what? Logan, what's your position in the draft?
I'm last, but I get the first pick of the second round.
Yeah. So you'll be able to pick up someone pretty decent.
Yeah,
too.
i.e., you need to take Jalen Hurts.
It would
Yes.
be really funny
Yeah.
if you pick Jalen Hurts so we can continue the trend of cucking over AJ.
Yeah,
I
because it's
swear-
really funny to
I
watch him
don't want
squirm.
to do that because then AJ will like find and kill me.
That
It's really funny to watch him squirm.
very,
It really
very good
makes me
instincts
feel
on
good.
you, Logan. Very good instincts. But so real quick, hey Logan, so you're new to the league here. What does that score say right here?
136.
And
So
Ian, real quick,
95.
what is this score right here?
That says I'm gonna choose not to read it.
I don't know. It's in a
I
different
can't
language, but
read.
from what I can tell, it's you should have won the week before.
I
No
can't
shit.
read. I can't read like
Oh
Buck
yeah,
Showalter
everybody.
doesn't know how to read a lineup card.
Oh, shut up. I was so angry about this because if I had beaten Hunter and not scored and scored less points than Will, I honestly would have felt a lot better about my loss. I'm like, okay, well, I wouldn't have won anyway. But no, it's literally like this is evidence staring me in the face that had I just not been stupid enough to have a Denver Bronco on my team, that I then that trophy would be sitting behind me right now. Like,
womp.
I thought Ian didn't make the playoffs.
he didn't.
No, I didn't.
That's the
Yeah.
losers bracket.
Oh,
Ian was fighting for, and we will announce the punishment when we decide it here on the podcast, actually. But we last year, and Logan, I don't know if you know this, but Aiden, who actually did finish dead last, had to buy a shirt that is like a giant football bikini.
No, it wasn't that one. It was it says I suck dick, but it's I suck at fantasy football. My friends are my friends are dicks.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
highlighted is my I suck dick,
Yeah, I suck
which was pretty
dicks.
great. We'll have
Yep.
Aiden wear it when he does his first podcast when he's on the first on his first podcast here. We'll have him wear the shirt so that way everybody knows who sucks the most at fantasy football. Because it was almost Will's dad, which would have
AJ
been
Seymour.
what?
I said AJ Seymour.
No, it's not going to be me. I have never been outside the top 4 at the end of the season.
Not if you don't get
It's the
Jalen
first
Hurts.
time for everything, buddy.
Yeah.
Like you making it to a divisional round.
Hey, man, we don't need that here. We don't need that
I mean, I'm looking at
negativity.
this right here. Hunter.
AJ's like the Packers when they are in like
If
the
they have to
second
face the
round of
49ers in the
playoffs.
playoffs.
Championship game. Yeah.
When they're like in the semifinals, they can't get in.
Yep.
My God, it's so frustrating.
But no one's. At least AJ's not like the Falcons, though.
No, I mean it's ridiculous. But
Hasn't blown that big of a lead yet.
well, and here's so that this is kind of what like I mean by so when we were talking about like what we want to talk about like the history of the league because I'm kind of wanting to make sure we reference like games here and show off kind of like the big moments from like this past year because Logan now has a bit more context because he's the new guy going into the year and all the viewers that will have context for whenever because we can now just bring this up and not have to explain it every time. It's just like, hey, go watch the second podcast because we explain all of this. But I just really quickly before we end, is there any other team that we wanted to look at real quick and kind of talk about before we kind of end things for the night?
I think we covered everything, honestly.
Will?
I think we covered. We can crack into Leo's team as well if you wanted to, but I feel like it's not as important. She was the 2022, the first Seymour Showdown winner.
Yeah, I could pull her schedule up real quick just to see if she did well last year because I think she did. She was pretty mixed. She lost in the first round of the playoffs to the inevitable second place. So she had it seems like she had a pretty good season all around. She lost to Ian. That was when Ian, I think that might have been the first game where Ian was like, I'm pulling my pants up and getting my shit together.
Yep.
Much like in baseball this week, Ian's finally like, I gotta get my shit together because I can make.
That's right. We'll see.
Because we're right about the halfway point of the season.
Ian, you're 1-8 or you're 2-8.
There's 10 teams.
Always come back.
Here, actually, right here, we'll do this and then we'll say goodbye for the night, everybody. But we'll just show.
Ian's just got to be like Tommy Pham, try to
Who's
fight.
that?
You don't know who Tommy Pham is?
No, quickly explain it real quick while I pull up the playoff bracket.
Oh, I guess Tommy Pham had issue today with the Brewers.
Oh yeah.
And he was trying to fight him. Like, I guess
I don't care how many L's we have. I'm not taking that shit from the Brewers.
Oh yeah, I did catch that.
context,
Kind of a
Tommy
fucking
Pham-
legendary quote. I don't. It doesn't even matter who you are. That's
Yeah,
kind of a
it
legendary
is.
quote.
It is.
Tommy Pham slapped Jock Peterson when Jock Peterson was on the Cubs, I believe.
I don't think or did he play? No, it was
Jock
when.
Peterson played for the Cubs, and when they were playing the Reds.
Oh yeah, and then they got traded. Yeah, and then he was traded to the Braves that year. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so-
then he slapped Jock Peterson because of fantasy football.
Oh Jesus! Really?
Yeah, he like bitch slapped him. It was all over baseball news for.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, he slapped him in the face because of fantasy football.
Okay, so here's the thing. So for this first year for fantasy baseball, because a lot of people are probably going to ask, why is your playoff bracket 10 teams? It's because a lot of us are new at this. Literally, I think everybody but Logan here, Kyle have never done. Everybody but them has never done fantasy baseball before. So I made the playoff bracket much bigger, so that way, like, there's a lot more room for error for all these new people. Hey, what's
Ian
that?
did fantasy baseball with us.
Hey, I
last
just
Oh,
beat the guy who's in. I just
no.
beat the guy who's in 10th, so I'm gonna move
Oh
places with him.
no! Oh, oh no!
I'm-
it's
Look
Hunter?
look at Will and Ian's team, the powerhouse.
Oh, the real barn burners.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Hey
trash
man, you
panda
better watch
division.
out now, bitch.
I
He's
just
gonna
beat
come
the
back
ground rule
like the
getters,
White Sox are
so
gonna
I'm
make
back
the
in.
playoffs this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did not beat the ground rule getters.
Yes, I did. Or the lovable losers. Not.
Okay,
Sorry,
yeah,
my
I was
bad.
gonna say. Well, also, I will say I don't know how that's gonna rearrange things because he will be 3-7 and you will be 3-7. Or no, you'll be 4 and
I'll be 4 and
6.
6.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
oops.
motherfucker.
Fucking math, AJ. God damn it.
All right. Well, Hunter's finally back in the playoff mix.
This
But
guy's for context, AJ is not going to college for math. So
no, I'm going to college for film because I want to be a writer
yes.
because I'm cooler than everybody in this room.
Write these nuts, homie.
But yeah, I'll say this, Hunter. Like you are actually going to be in the playoffs probably as of this week. But
Fucking hope so.
you also have to face me in 2
Beat
weeks.
you once, I can do it again.
No, because Manny Machado's not gonna be able to have 2 free days.
Hey.
Because you
Hey,
had
man.
2. Yeah, you're gonna get free reign for 2 fucking days because of the games in Korea. You suck. Like, I hated that so much because Manny Machado, literally, I think I remember putting in the group chat. I was like, like the one person I just need Manny Machado not to hit a piss missile. And then what do you know? Like 20 minutes later, it's like 7 a.m. Manny Machado just
Well,
out of that ballpark in
Logan,
South
hold
Korea.
on.
Oh my god, that pissed me off so much.
Let's
I was like,
go.
literally, the one guy I needed not to hit a piss missile literally did it. Like, and I basically willed it into existence. Also,
so
Manny Machado's
Georgia
good.
and Oregon move on to the Super Regionals.
Oh, well, there we go. Well, here's what we will let things kind of end there for the night. I think we had. I think this is a lot of fun. This is our second episode. This is the one where we fill in context. Will, before we go, do you think you'll be able to join us next week?
I hope so.
All right. Well, we hope that this is going to be our regular bunch because I tell you what, if I didn't have you bunch of losers, I'd be just talking here by myself. So I tell you what, how's about we all sign off here? I'm AJ.
I'm Will. Hi.
Ian.
Logan.
So fucking cringe. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I didn't want to. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Henceforth, I will start, and then Hunter will go next. Will go third. Ian will go fifth, and then Logan will go.
No, you
there's 5 of us.
you just sign off. We don't need this
No,
cringe.
because we all say goodbye, Hunter. It's
No,
called etiquette.
this-
Oh, just sign off.
Cringe. Just sign it off.
You guys
AJ.
don't know. Sorry, everybody. These people don't know class. They're not like they're not poor like me. They don't know how. They're not classy. All right.
What?
Bye, everybody. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.